The moment you receive this message, I need you to get back to me on my department division number, that is 423-427. I repeat, now, if I don't hear a call from you, we will have to issue an arrest warrant under your name and get you arrested. So, get back to me as soon as possible. Thank you.
Congratulations. So you two might not know, and all of our listeners might not know, but after this episode goes up, we will have hit 1,000 downloads. So we've hit a big, a big milestone.
Oh.
And this milestone is big. I mean, you can see it from a mile away. It's a big stone. And so the thing is, I'm worried. And the thing that I'm worried about is I don't want us to stagnate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, once you've reached your goals, like, what do you do?
Create new goals.
So one goal that I have is to introduce our show today, which is Welcome to Hear Me Daddy, the most important lyrical podcast around. My name is Blake. I'm your host. Also with me today, I have Nick and Holly. How are you two doing today?
Good.
I'm good.
So like I mentioned, we've hit a big point in our podcast. We've hit 1,000 downloads. And 2,000 downloads isn't going to be anything. Like, we're not even going to be interested by the time we hit that. The next big thing would be, 10 million. And that's so far off that I'm a little bit worried about that. So I think that the thing that we should go for is we need a new goal. We need a goal that's going to be a little bit hard to achieve, but that'll continue us through to where we keep trying to achieve. So do either of you have any interesting ideas for a goal?
5,000 views.
5,000 views.
Yeah.
Nick, do you have anything?
Let me see. More people listening than there are episodes.
Okay. I feel like both of you are thinking small, and I want to think big right now. And so my idea is I think that we should strive to get someone big on the show. I mean, how are we going to get bigger except for if we shoot for the stars? And speaking of stars, I think we should try and get one on our show. We're not famous. We just talk,
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we could get some hints on being famous and we could figure it out some. So the only thing is, I don't know who we could get on the podcast. I mean, who would want to be on the podcast even? Okay, here's a better question. Who would we benefit from having on the podcast, do you think? Like, what are some qualifications that would make a good star to come on our podcast? I mean, funny. I think funny's a good one. We're very funny, and I think that they would need to keep up.
Like old stars, because they're probably not doing that much.
True.
Yeah, they do have a big name, but
yeah, my brother and me has Jimmy Buffett comes on all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or so we need to rearrange things and get. Or I guess because there's some actors if they get in trouble for drunk driving or something, they get the court orders them to reduce their sentence. They have to star in a public service announcement about drunk driving or something.
So you're saying that we need to turn into an educational thing, that way they would have to come on here?
Yeah, and get court and get the court to assign people to have to come on the podcast.
That's definitely an idea, but I like the way that we're going. I mean, we've already hit 1,000 views or 1,000 downloads with the style that we currently have. So I think that we should find someone that would mesh with our current style. Now, I definitely like Holly's idea. I was kind of thinking the same way. But the only thing is, if we get someone old, will they understand what a podcast is? I mean, I guess we can be like, will you come on our radio show?
Yeah. We can get Oliver Tree.
You do know he's not that old, right?
I know, but like I was just thinking of someone who isn't like on the radio.
Yeah, Oliver Tree is actually... Whoa. So you're expecting him to come on after you just roasted him like that?
And he's funny.
Oliver Tree is actually not a bad idea. The only thing is, I never know if he's joking or...
Yeah, that's what's funny.
It's hard to take him seriously. But yeah, I guess we don't want to take him seriously.
What about Paul McCartney?
I think we have a better shot with Oliver Tree. So far, I like that idea.
Oh, well, you said we need someone old who's not
What about the
doing much.
Gex?
How about, yeah, I mean, the Gex would be good.
The Gex would be a good pull right now.
Yeah.
I mean, then like you get some extra perspectives on the Gecko story. Figure out which website it is.
Actually. Let's come back to that. But who were you thinking, Nick?
Well, you said like sort of an old celebrity because they don't have much going on. How about the oldest celebrity currently alive, Ruthie Thompson?
Okay. So we would have her on the show just because she is the oldest celebrity.
She was in Snow White, Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, wow.
Wait, the Disney films?
Yeah.
She voiced some of the characters?
Yeah, maybe.
She was a baby.
I figured I mean, those movies aren't that old.
Snow White is extremely old.
But I figured she voiced like the old lady in...
Yeah, she was born in...
No, she's still alive.
Yeah, she was born in 1910.
Yeah.
And then, all right, well then it says she's alive as of March 2020. So let me go to Wikipedia and make sure that she's still available.
Yeah, Snow
Still
White
available,
was made in 1937.
All right. So
I
her
was in the 20s.
her
but yeah.
Wikipedia page doesn't have a death date, so that's good. Oh wait, she was an animator.
Oh.
Cool.
Doesn't really count.
My problem with that is I think that one of the qualifiers should be that we all know who they are. Nick, do you know who Oliver Tree is?
No.
All right, I guess we gotta cancel him.
I think the Gex would be good.
But
that
we
was
all
another,
do know the Gex. Well, we don't know.
That was another popular episode for us.
Let's think about the idea of if we were able to, like, what do you think our path to success of getting 100 Gex on the show would be? Should that just be our new thing? Are we no longer a lyrical podcast? We're just a 100 Gex podcast trying to get them on the show?
We can shout out to them after every episode.
You mean before every episode? I guess we'll just have to go through their whole filmography and they'll be like, or discography, and they'll be like, wow, I guess we have a podcast about us? I guess we have to go on that podcast? Yeah, what if we added an extra episode every week, specifically of a 100 Gex song?
All right,
What's
so
up, Nick?
I'm looking at their biography to see, I guess they're from St. Louis, so that's kind of,
Midwesty.
They're not from,
Holly weird.
Yeah. They met at a rodeo, so that's, down to earth.
We could connect with that.
Oh man. Well, then I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, and it seems like I thought there was one story about the 100 Gex name, but now the Wikipedia page is saying they gave contradictory explanations in interviews.
Oh no. Now we have to find out. Okay, so I do like where this is going though. How about we rest on the idea of it? Because I think that we could ride the 100. And the thing is, 100 Gex has some hardcore fans. So if we can turn those fans in the direction of us, I think we've got something going here. And I think we already have a couple geckos listening. So if you guys know them, let us know. But we're coming for you, 100 Gex.
All right, yeah. Well,
we're not a snake. We're not gonna eat them.
I know, but I was just making like a little rushed sound.
Ah.
All right, I'm checking Laura of 100 Gex's Twitter. She's only, not.
How many followers? Is this possible?
51,000. So that's.
All right. Well, we gotta start working on it.
You know, it's not like
Yeah, but I know people, or I've known people who have like 1,000 followers on Instagram, and they're not like an Instagram model or
True.
anything. So
she's just 51
She might
she's
just
just 50 times more famous than that person.
have
And
a
that
lot
doesn't
of
sound like a lot.
connections. Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a lot.
No.
oh yeah, because Ariana Grande, for comparison, has like 77 million.
That's a lot more, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 50,000 is only half of 100,000. That's not.
Yeah,
that's
so
nowhere
that's-
close to even a million.
So that's like, so I guess Ariana Grande is 1,500 times more famous than Laura Les from 100 Gex.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we need to work on having them on the show. We need to make them friends of the show. So let me put a cap on this. This
So-
is. Oh, what? Do you
So
want to
if-
say something else before I cap it off?
If you're listening, Laura and Dylan, this part, like right here in the podcast, if you were on, we'd be talking about where did that 100 Gex name come from?
Yeah,
But-
we want to know the truth.
We would be like, hey guys, we're going to give our take on your name, and then I want you to give your take on your name. And then I want you to give your take on our name.
Or if there isn't even like a story, we just want a made up story from you.
Maybe we also need to come up with a story about the name of our podcast to kind of, so that we can, because we need to follow in the path of 100 Gex. I think 100 Gex needs to be our mascot, our deity, we need to start living and breathing 100 Gex. And to cap also, Holly, I just want to say that was a good idea. Thank you for your idea.
We also need trucks.
Big ones. And thus I saith, today is day 1 of trying to get 100 Gex. Well,
I'm
yeah.
doing
this-
I'm doing a little recon. It appears that Laura Les plays Minecraft.
Okay.
She's in a multiplayer Minecraft server, so I don't know if anyone's in that server could maybe say, oh, it's a fun podcast I'd like to listen to while playing Minecraft. Hear Me Daddy. And you know
Mhm.
what? They talk about music, and they would really love to have a guest on. And
No, I'm not
you know what?
saying anything.
But I am.
Now, today is day 1 of not having 100 Gex on the podcast. Is that a good way of saying that?
Or our initiation.
Okay. Day 1 of trying to get
Yeah.
100 Gex on the pod. Now that we have gotten ourselves a goal, I really feel driven, actually. I feel like we need to step our game up if we're going to have a big star on the podcast. And so, if we're going to step our game up, we need to move on to the music. Now, Nick, is there anything you want to talk about before the music?
Oh, I've got a new segment.
Okay.
The Hear Me Daddy quick hit. Now a quick takedown of a lyric in a song.
Okay.
From the song SXSX by The Help. One of the lines is, "Tell me why honey is sweeter than blood. Tell me why honey." If you're
So Nick, that's the line, right?
yeah.
Are you, just so I can understand this segment, does this mean that you're going to tell me why honey is sweeter than blood?
I mean, it just is. If your blood is sweeter than honey, you've got diabetes. And that was the Hear Me Daddy quick hit.
Hey, the name of that band was Help, but it sounds like what you just did was help us to understand what they meant. So thank you for that.
And here's my next segment.
Okay.
The call out and brawl out. I'd like to call out YouTuber Curtis Connor for stealing our format.
Oh yeah, because he's
And
talking
his
about music
podcast
now.
very really good. He went through the lines of a song and commented on them. That's our trademark and copyrighted format. We've got it like the React, or like the Fine Bros have the term React exclusive to them. We've got reading a song and talking about the lyrics. So if I see Curtis Connor in the street, it's on site, we're fighting.
All right.
So if I'm ever in Toronto again,
Oh, was that the end of that?
yeah. And then I've got another segment,
Okay.
the Hurricane Joke Watch.
Okay, is this kind of like the talking about Hurricane Kyle?
Yeah. I will say I was wrong about Hurricane Omar. I mentioned something about that. I guess the problem was if it went in the opposite direction, the joke I predicted would have happened. But it
Okay,
like
that's
just
why.
went it just went out into the ocean and it didn't make landfall. But if it went the opposite direction, it would have actually
People would have
been
been
like
like, Omar is coming.
yeah, and it would have actually been going towards Baltimore, which is where that show was set. So it definitely would have happened. I mean, there was a little bit, but not the specific joke I predicted. Like there were a few screenshots of the show, but not the full joke with like Omar is coming and then his face on the hurricane or the hurricane on his body.
Well, you were
Uh,
close with a couple screenshots.
and then all right, so then I don't know. There's Hurricane Sally right now. I don't know if there's going to be anything for that,
Well, I
but
say Hurricane Sally might have some jokes about like hair products and stuff. Like she's coming to bleach the coast of Florida. I don't know,
all right,
maybe.
all right, but then I guess there's only one. Like we basically run out of names. There's only one name left.
Kind of like how Florida is the earlobe of America, and Sally is coming to pierce it.
But I guess like the only name that hasn't been used for the season is Wilfred. And then after that, they're going to be using Greek letters. So I'm going to do like the opposite of, or I guess my prediction is no one will, if like Hurricane Wilfred happens, no one will make a joke about the 2011 to 2014 FX, and then I think it got moved to FXX show Wilfred that starred Elijah Wood and the guy in the dog costume.
Yeah.
No one will
You think-
remember that show and make a joke about it. That's my prediction.
Okay. Well, my prediction is that we should talk about Why by Good Friday.
Wow.
Why? And Nick, do you think we should?
Yeah, that's the next segment.
No.
The main segment of our show where we talk about lyrics and,
All the good stuff.
only the good things about lyrics. So, Nick, you brought this song today. Where did you find this?
This was possibly in my Spotify Discover Weekly. It's a pretty solid source. I'd say probably half or more of the songs I brought onto the show were in my Discover Weekly.
Now, this song is not a new song. This song was at least posted in 2011. So,
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, go ahead and go and listen to it. It's a little bit hard to find because the name of the song is kind of hard to find, and the name of the band is also kind of hard to find. Why? ? By Good Friday. But it gave me very reminiscent Beck vibes, like specifically like Loser.
And then the producers, and I guess it's Josiah Wolf and Yoni Wolf, which we
Oh.
mentioned last week. Yoni
Yeah.
is new age for vagina.
And Josiah is Viking for penis. But Nick, do you enjoy this song?
I guess, I don't know.
Whenever you first heard it, were you kind of struck by how deep it was, or by just the sound of it, the rhythm?
I guess, or I was when I heard it, I was like, oh, there's some like interesting lyrics in here that would be good for the show.
Okay. Well, let's look at those lyrics. Holly, would you start us off with the beginning of the lyrics from Why by Good Friday?
If you grew up with white boys who only look at black and Puerto Rican porno because they want something that their dad don't got, then you know where you're at.
Me and Holly played this song just a little bit ago, and this one comes out of the gate running. Like, this is like whenever they like open up the gate at a rodeo. Huh? Speaking of that thing that we all love, at a rodeo, and a bull jumps out and it's like going all over the place.
The funny thing is, all three of us met at a rodeo in St. Louis
that
in
that is the funny
2012.
thing.
And then afterwards we met at a house party, but then I left early. So that's why Holly's dating you and I'm not dating or Holly's dating Blake and I'm not dating Blake. Is because she got to know him a little better because I left early. But then
Otherwise, is that what happened with them?
I mean they're not dating, but I mean that's the story on their Wikipedia page, is that they met at a rodeo and then met at a house party again, but then one of them left early, which I don't know why that detail's on there.
Speaking of this song, Nick, did you
Laura,
grow up with
Laura had to move her car because someone had to pull out to go grab the pizza before, and then she had to pull it back in, and she almost drove her car through the garage door, but she didn't. She realized with a lot of room for error, and she didn't.
If they come on the podcast, we should definitely like bring up that story, ask if it's a real, like if it really happened. Now, Nick, did you grow up with white boys?
Yeah.
Now, did you know what kind of porno they watched?
No.
Could you assume?
Now, I would say that Puerto Rican seems too specific. or maybe like since Yoni and Josiah are a little older. Yeah, he was born in 1979. So, yeah, he would have been like a teenager in the 80s. So I guess they had a, like their porno was on like, hard copy.
So
And
so that's the kind of
and the hard copy wasn't the only thing that was hard,
that's the kind of thing where like you would put it in the VHS, and then you would have ads for like other ones at the beginning. And this was
I'm thinking magazines.
like Puerto Rican's Weekly.
Yeah, and I think maybe, you could have a Puerto Rican specific magazine. Like back in the day, there used to be, more, smaller publications. You'd have like Yiddish newspapers.
Yeah. Yiddish porn.
Puerto Rican porno. Just the community would get together, and you could cheaply buy an old printing press from a larger newspaper and make some prints. And that's died.
Now, I do like what you mentioned, just how specific it is, like the idea of going on like Pornhub and typing in Zimbabwe girls. It's like you could have gotten away with typing in Latina for Puerto Rican probably, but you went really specific.
Or even like Caribbean.
Yeah.
All right, because like Puerto Rico has a population of 3 million. I guess I think there might actually be more Puerto Ricans like living in like around New York City than actually in Puerto Rico. But I'd say it's less than 10 million Puerto Ricans out of 7 billion people on this planet. It feels
like a small ratio.
Or even like not even, or it's like the in between of specificness, because like, or you could do like, oh, I want like a Jennifer Lopez lookalike. She's Puerto Rican. Well, let me type in Jennifer Lopez like lookalike and see if I can get something similar. I don't know if that.
Yeah. The line about this that confuses me is they say because they want something that their dad don't got. And I guess that's like melanin. Now, Holly, one thing that I do feel bad about is I assumed that it was talking about a guy. Holly, did you grow up with white boys?
No.
No? Well, what did you grow up with?
A mom and a grandma.
So you're assuming...
And then a dad later on.
Oh, wait. So you're assuming that the white boys that they grew up with were their brothers?
Yeah. I mean, or in the sense, like, if it isn't brothers, then like we've all grown up with white boys then.
Okay. That is a very inclusive way to look at it. It's almost like we've all grown up with white boys. Now, what is it that their dad don't got? I mean, is that kind of like saying, I mean, if it is their brother, I mean, are their brothers white because their dad married, or yeah, let's say married. This is an older song. Married a white woman, and so he has a white wife,
all right,
a Caucasian wife, and he doesn't have a black or Puerto Rican wife.
The Genius annotation says it's like reverse, or I guess it's like reverse Freud.
It's like you're the least attracted to your mother.
Or yeah, like you're interested in like someone who's looks different from your white mom.
Yeah.
If you are in a relationship, I don't think that you should probably let the driving factor be that the woman has a very distinct characteristic that is opposite of your mother's. I don't know how long that'll last. Maybe it's good, though. Maybe that's a good connector. Now, he does say, then you know where you're at. That kind of is like saying, that's me.
Yeah.
You're on Bourbon Street.
So, Holly, let's see what else he says.
Mortaring your ear holes shut in a rush with wet coke in a Starbucks bathroom with the door closed. On booze, some left, and residue and confused.
Now, this is a very confusing song. I'm not going to lie. Like, I have no clue what it's talking about here. Like, is mortaring your ear holes shut? Like, my first impression is he's listening to music that's like...
I think there's just a coked out, boozed out guy in a Starbucks bathroom, confused.
Wait, is he, so was the first set of lines establishing that he had a weird home life? And then this one's saying that he's trying to, like, escape it?
He's just special. He's quirky.
No.
He likes Puerto Rican porn.
Wait, no, well, no, he doesn't. The white boys he grew up with did. Do you think that?
Or he hangs out with quirky people.
Mm-hmm.
All of my friends are trying to look at Puerto Rican porno, but I'm just trying to do cocaine
In Starbucks.
I don't. Is that pumpkin spice cocaine?
Holly, go ahead and read the next couple lines.
Hey, that like the pumpkin spice latte might as well be crack cocaine. How much I'm addicted to it.
Yeah.
Like the first time you used soft water, down on my luck, caught unaware. Like Houdini when the last fist struck.
Ooh, I know that last line. I know that one. Holly, do you know that one?
No.
I know Nick does, so I'm not going to ask him. So I'll tell you about it. Holly, Houdini, the guy, the magician known for escaping things.
Yeah.
He died because he used to have this thing where he would have people punch him in the abs.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had really good abs. But one time he had this like big beefy football player punch him in the abs. And the story goes that the guy like sucker punched him and he didn't have time to tighten up his abs. And the guy like ruptured his kidney or something.
What the heck?
Yeah. Like it was a thing for him to be like, you can punch me in the, because if you have like killer abs, you can like take a hit.
And that's what killed him?
That's how he died.
Way to go.
Now the thing is, doesn't it
I
sound like a setup?
I thought it was gonna be like this awesome magic trick.
Well, no, that's the thing. Doesn't it sound like a setup? Doesn't it sound like in like 30 years he's just gonna show up again? No, what it is what if the football player that killed him is still alive? He had a kid.
I thought you were saying he had a kidney.
And then an old man just walks up and then just like punches the kid in the abs. And
it's just a curse because of Houdini.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how a good magic trick that could be. But so Nick, did you know about that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. How was Houdini there? He was unaware, right? Oh, he says that. Oh, wow. Yeah. Look at that. This is an easy song. I hope that they don't think they were deep with this because that was surface level stuff. Like the first time you used soft water.
All right, I think that goes with the line before.
On booze, some left in residue, Jew, and confused. Like the first time you used soft water. Holly, have you ever heard of soft water?
I think soft water just like, it's like water with like minerals in it.
No, that's hard water.
I guess soft water is the opposite. Soft water has a gelatinous feel to it, as if all the soap on your hands has not fully washed off. The feeling of residue can be confusing.
Is that ingenious?
Yeah.
So is soft water like an inside joke?
So I guess it's like saying, it's like you feel confused like you do when you like wash your hands in soft water. You're like, wait, hold on. Wait a second. I ran my hands under the water, but it feels like there's soap still on here. Then you do it again.
I never. And the thing is, I don't use soap. And so that's why
don't be spreading that negativity here. We are in a virus. We are in COVID-19.
Holly, these were different
Wash
times.
your hands, everybody.
These were different times. Nowadays, we don't even use soft water. Just use Germ-X. I would like to see where this keeps going. There is a chorus, and it goes sinking and laughing at something sunken. Okay, Holly, you try that one.
Sinking and laughing at something sunken in I am.
Oh, wow.
If I'm singing and laughing at something sunken and I am, and then it repeats
Yeah.
itself.
Nick, do you have anything that you think that means?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Are you reading The Genius about it?
Yeah. Yoni uses a poetic device known as
Wait a second.
epilepsis.
I thought you said that those were the producers.
Oh, I guess Yoni is the one singing, and he also produced it.
Oh, it's a he?
Yeah.
See, I just... Since it means vagina, I just assumed it was a girl. But okay.
I guess like the beginning of a phrase is repeated at the end of the line, and he's using it to like commit the phrase "I am sinking" to the listener's memory, and he's sinking, in this moment because he's doing cocaine off of a sink, and he calls it sinking.
Is that a joke? Is that really in there?
No, that's a joke. It's because he's like feeling like sunken and depressed.
Okay. But Holly, continue on with the actual lines.
Sucking dick for drink tickets at the free bar at my cousin's bat mitzvah. Cutting the punchline and it ain't no joke. Devoid of all hope, circus mirrors and pot smoke.
Now, there's a big thing at the beginning of this one where he's saying sucking dick for drink tickets. The thing is, it's a free bar.
Yeah.
That's like whenever someone's like, hey, I'm trying to what's a free thing? What's a free event? There's like this. So that's like some guy walking
The Hear
up
Me
to you and
Daddy
saying,
podcast.
Like, that's like some guy walking up to you and saying, hey, if you suck my dick, I'll give you tickets to this Queen concert, because I don't know. And they actually are touring right now. Well, not right now, but
No,
it turns out it's like a charity event and it's free to get in.
If I was riding my bike to class and someone stopped me and said, "Hey, I'll give you a hand job if you let me download the Hear Me Daddy podcast,"
What would you do?
I would say, "Well, you don't have to. All you have to do is go to the iTunes store or Spotify, type in Hear Me Daddy, and hit download. And hey, if you really want to use it to your hands, go over to the review page, type in a review, hit 5 stars, and but still, I'll take the hand job."
So he's also Jewish, though.
See, I guess there is like some wordplay that stands out in this line, like when I've listened to this, because like you've got bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs, so it's like at the free bar at my cousin's bat mitzvah.
What's a bat mitzvah?
That's a
Bat
females.
mitzvahs for girls, bar mitzvahs for boys.
So apparently he's not sucking his cousin's dick
no.
because it's a woman.
Yep.
And then cutting the punchline and it ain't no joke. I like that it's just random rap lines in there. Devoid of all hope, circus mirrors and pot smoke. This is a pretty downer song, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, it's talking about his bad home life where if Holly's correct, his brothers are now interested in anything other than his mom, which implies that his parents were bad. And then he talks about he does say wet coke, and it's spelled COKE. Do people spell coke? Like cocaine, coke?
Yeah.
But it's not like, there's not like a weird spelling. Like it's, because cocaine is COC. It's not like just COC.
No.
And that's cock.
Coke.
So, in a rush with wet coke in a Starbucks bathroom with the doors closed, like, and then he's talking about like substance abuse there, and then I don't know exactly what caught him unaware.
And then just being so low to like suck a dick
Well,
for something that's free.
what if we take out the chorus, the sinking and laughing chorus, and then we connect these two? Down on my luck, caught unaware, like Houdini when the last fish struck, sucking dick for drink tickets at the free bar at my cousin's bat mitzvah. What if who he was sucking the dick of didn't warn him and he was caught unaware?
Oh, I was just thinking that he's just an extremely unaware person.
Well, no, he says caught unaware.
Yeah.
An aware person may be caught unaware. And I think he was caught unaware by semen. All right.
Picking fights on Dyke Night with Shirley's and Locks and snatching purses. Doing Elton at karaoke and forgetting all the verses. Blowing kisses to disinterested bitches.
I'm sorry if... Wait, do we have to apologize for dykes? If that's offensive, it was a lyric. Like, I mean, I know I did just say it outside of context, but it was a lyric. Don't cancel Holly.
Yeah, please don't.
Holly loves all kinds of water protection, all kinds of man-made structures meant to hold water back. So what are locks? I know Shirley's like Shirley Temples. It's a drink.
Well, all right. So Shirley is
Shirley
like
Temple.
a lady who spends a lot of time at bars.
Wait, are all of these slang for women in this line?
And a lock is a gangster.
Like locks, but locks.
But also with the implied meaning of dyke, are there bars that just had like specific nights for lesbian women?
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, no, that's not a bad thing. But did they call them dyke nights? Or is that what like everybody else called it? Is that like they were like, yeah, don't go to Steve O'Hannigan's. They're having dyke night tonight.
Is Yoni the one being offensive?
Maybe dyke night actually means, you know how like for like penny pitchers night the beer doesn't stop flowing? Maybe on dyke night they put up a dike and the beer does stop flowing. Like it's just it can't get over it. It's a dike. They plug the dike. I've said it like 30 times now. I don't know why.
Swapping duck.
Duck. Holly, give me a good read of duck.
Duck.
Okay, I'll put that in on something. How far did you get to? Blowing kisses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Playing lead lay in a bad way on Broadway. Sending sexy SMSs to my ex's new man. 'Cause I can.
That sounds kind of fun. Now, do you imagine that he's sending them in disguise as a woman? Or do you think he's just being like, hey, I was good enough for the girl you're with now. Maybe I'm good enough for you? Now, also, doing Elton at karaoke, I must say, good choice. Me and Holly have done some karaoke. Holly, what would you say is a good karaoke song?
Piano Man.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Holly, who sings Piano Man?
Billy.
Good, yeah, Billy Joel sings
Joel.
it. Billy Joel, and it's really easy to confuse Billy Joel and Elton John. I don't know if my confusion between those two transferred into Holly or if it's inherent, but it just happens.
I feel like, or I don't confuse the music, but I confuse the names of Billy Joel and Bruce Springsteen.
Because they both wear leather and they're from the...
Yeah. Or like they're the same type of
Bronx
person.
or Queens or something.
Same type of person.
Or I think Long Island.
Yeah.
So they're just both, but Elton John and Billy Joel seem almost very different.
Oh yeah, but they have beautiful voices.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they were just big stars from the time. Like, let's compare it to now. Like, or no, let's compare it to the future. Like, someone's going to be talking to someone else in a podcast 20 years from now, or 40 years from now, and they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I mean, did anyone else used to confuse Blake with
Ed
Holly?"
Sheeran with...
Oh, I was assuming we would get famous. Like, we would be the most famous.
What's that other dude?
Sean M.
No.
Sean Mendes.
Mendes, yeah.
Sean M. Yeah, I mean, we already confused those two, but we confuse them because of their voice.
Wait,
Yeah.
is there a Shane? It's like
Shane Dawson.
no. Is there like a Shane in like One Direction?
Holly.
What? I don't know.
I feel like you're
Or is
most likely to know.
Or is it
'Cause I'm a
Zayn
girl.
thinking of?
Well,
There is a
you're
Zayn.
mistaken.
There is a Zayn. Zayn Malik.
Wait, Zayn Malik, Shawn Mendes. I get those two mixed up.
On the road trying to break an old van. Eating pussy for new fans, I am. What the hell? Using Purell.
That's that one line was that one line was like Yoda style.
Eating pussy for new fans, I am. Wait, okay, but Holly, finish his last two lines.
What the hell? Using Purell till my... Wait, is that till or lil?
It is till.
Using Purell till my hands bleed and swell.
Hey, maybe there's some advice for the COVID era here.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
See, earlier we were like, don't wash the hands, but now we're like,
No, we weren't.
use Purell. Is this saying that they aren't fans of his band or music, but then he eats them out so well that now they are? Like, is he eating out the new fans, or are they becoming fans? I don't know. It sounds like they weren't fans before, and it sounds like this guy knows what he's doing.
But it says 4 new fans.
Yep. It's just like paying for new fans. It's just like if you wanted to say like eating pussy for Popeyes, I am. You wouldn't. Yeah, you would know that they want the Popeyes.
I am Sam, and I eat green eggs and ham.
Sam, I am. I eat pussy and ham. And does he have a weird idea of Purell? I'm trying to imagine a world where, like, does he think it's acidic?
All right, I guess what the genius says is he's like he uses Purell excessively because he's trying to like cleanse himself of shameful things he's done.
Ah, I hate
yeah,
how
I was
like
say that.
I hate
I was thinking that.
Yeah, it almost seems like this is like
to wash away his
surface
deeds.
level deep. Holly, if you scroll down, there's an extra line that rhymed with the Purell line.
Missing Mel at a Motel 6. I'm unwell. If.
And then chorus. So, yeah, it sounds like this whole song is almost like an admittance of guilt.
All right, well, Mel is his ex-girlfriend, who apparently is a frequent subject of songs for this band.
That's kind of awkward, right?
For Mel.
Yeah.
No, imagine a previous relationship. Holly, imagine there's a guy you dated. And imagine you're Mel, but you're Holly. So imagine if you dated a guy. Am I right, Nick? Got her. Okay.
I'd be...
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can definitely imagine that.
You can imagine that? Okay. Now, it's over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but whatever you two had, it's gone.
Yeah.
At least for you. That's what you think. But
it'll continue on in song form where he'll be sad about you for the next 5 years.
Yeah, imagine 5 years, well, let's say 3 years ago. You dated someone and then we're dating now.
Mm-hmm.
And then this song comes on and he says, missing Holly at a Motel 6. I'm unwell if. And you dated this guy. You know who he's talking about.
Yeah, me.
Is that good? How would you
No.
feel?
I'd be like, what the fuck?
But like, we'll keep going.
Well, okay, I think of 2 things. Like, either this was a recent song, and like, why is he still thinking about me? Like, he's just a sad boy. Like,
Yeah.
ew, I'm so glad or we broke up.
3 years later, why is he still?
And then, or that this is an old song and just being like, okay.
Oh, that's not a. So you're thinking that possibly after the breakup, he had such a wave of inspiration that he wrote like 5 years worth of songs and then just produced them over the next 5
Or
years?
he finally got popular and was able to put them out.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's actually,
then-
actually a pretty, to me, that's a pretty good argument.
I don't know why you didn't talk to me, Blake, about this, because I mean this has happened to me.
Oh, who was it?
You know the Ariana Grande song "Thank You Next." I
Yeah.
was the one who taught her patience. No, but you know it's just a little
Can you
line, so it
describe the
doesn't bother
like,
me
was
too
it a
much.
situation, or was it just a kind of like a every day you would? Was it kind of like what do you do with dogs, Holly? Was it positive reinforcement, Nick?
Yeah, I would. I don't know. I'd walk in the room.
Well, speaking of positive reinforcement, you can tell all your friends about us, and as they're listening to it, you can hand them treats. And then every time they have a sweet, they'll think of "Hear Me, Daddy."
Are you trying to end the show? Was it positive reinforcement, Nick?
Well, you know, I taught Ariana Grande by troubleshooting, online communication with her.
Oh, okay. Well, that's always good. Sometimes all of us need that. And sometimes another thing we need is a little bit of good rest at night. And so if you didn't enjoy this episode, I hope that at least it gave you a little bit of that. So thank you so much for listening, everybody. That was Why by Good Friday. We didn't get through the whole thing, so you should go and check out the song and see how it ends.
I think mine was better.
I'll leave yours in. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. Go ahead and go and subscribe to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever you're using.
And you don't even have to suck our dicks for it. We let you do it for free.
Yeah, we'll let you suck our dicks for free. And
hey, if you come up to me, I wouldn't say no.
I'd give you some tickets for the free bar, drink tickets for the free bar. But if you enjoyed the show, also go and follow us on @HearMeDaddy on Instagram. And thank you so much for listening. So, per usual, my name is Blake.
I'm Holly.
I'm Nick.
And don't suck at a dick for free. You remember that Vine?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Don't suck at a dick.
Don't suck at a dick for free. You shouldn't have sucked at a dick for free. She sounds Irish, but it's not an Irish lady. But the true lesson is she shouldn't suck the dick for free.